Well, hello there. Sion Batson here from Sion Batson Tutoring, and in this video, I will be teaching you how to solve multi-step equations. Very important concept for 7th grade students, 8th grade students, high school students, GED students, and college students. So let us go. Now, this exercise is out of my 7th grade math workbook. You can master 7th grade math, next generation learning standards, and my pre-algebra workbook. You can master essential algebra skills, a simple guide. Now, both books are excellent resources for homeschooling, virtual learning, extra practice at home, homework help, and state test prep. Each book is filled with very simple and easy to follow notes and explanations, step-by-step examples, guided examples, and tons of practice problems and answers. So if you have a 7th grader, an 8th grader, a high school student, a college student, or if you are getting ready to take the GED exam, I would highly recommend that you get a copy. You can get your copy from Amazon or from my website, www.sbatsonacademy.com. Now, to our exercise. In this video, I will be teaching you how to solve multi-step equations that have variables on both sides. Now, the ultimate goal when solving any equation is to isolate the variable we are solving for. Now, isolate simply means that we want to get the variable positive and on a side by itself. Yes? Now, I am going to teach you 3 very simple steps that will help you master the skill of solving multi-step equations that have variables on both sides. Step 1, we will combine like terms. Then step 2, we will get rid of the first unwanted guest. Then step 3, we will get rid of the second unwanted guest. Now here is a hint. Our second unwanted guest will be a coefficient. How are you feeling so far? Perfect, perfect. Let's go to our first example here. We have 6m plus 7 is equal to 13 plus 7m. Yes? Now, if you look at the left side here, we are unable to add because the terms are not alike. This term has a variable, this term does not. Now, neither can we add on the right side because the terms are on the right side are not alike as well. This term has a variable, this term does not. However, we do have like terms in our equation. On the left side, we have 6m, and on the right side, we have 7m. 6m and 7m are alike because they have the same variable. Therefore, we can combine 6m and 7m. Now note, 7 and 13 are like terms as well because they are integers. So if we want to, we can combine 7 and 13 first. However, I like to combine the terms that have variables first. Yes? Therefore, we will combine 6m and 7m first. Now, since 6m and 7m are on opposite sides of the equation, we will have to use the opposite operation to combine them. Very important. Whenever you want to combine terms that are on opposite sides of an equation, you must use the opposite operation. Yes? So let's go. To combine 6m and 7m, I will simply move 7m from the right side and bring it over to the left side. To move 7m, I will have to subtract 7m. I'm subtracting because 7m is adding. And the opposite of addition is subtraction. If I subtract 7m from the right side, I must subtract 7m from the left side as well. So after using the opposite operation, let's see what is left. 7m take 7m is 0, so that's gone. We have just a 13 here on the right side. Then 6m take 7m will give us negative 1m. We put back our 7. So after combining our like terms, or after combining the terms that have m, what are we left with? We are left with negative 1m plus 7 is equal to 13. So far, so good? Perfect. Now, step 2. We have to get rid of the first unwanted guest. Now, I know you were asking, unwanted guest, what are you talking about, Sion? Well, remember, what is our ultimate goal for this example? For this example, the ultimate goal is to isolate m, or the ultimate goal is to get m on the left side positive and by itself. To get m positive and by itself, we will have to get rid of this negative 1 and this positive 7. So since we have to get rid of this negative 1 and this positive 7, the negative 1 and the positive 7 are our unwanted guests. Yes? The question is, which one do we get rid of first? Right? Now, the rule says you always get rid of the unwanted guest that is farthest away or farther away from the variable first. Yes? Now, if we have positive 7 and negative 1, this positive 7 is farther away from the m than the negative 1. This negative 1 is attached to the m. Yes? It's right here multiplying the m. So since the positive 7 is farther away from the variable, we will have to get rid of this positive 7 first. Yes? So this positive 7 is the unwanted guest that we will get rid of first. So far, so good? All right. Since the 7 is adding, we are going to subtract, because we are going to always use the opposite operation to get rid of an unwanted guest. If we subtract 7 on the left side, we must subtract 7 on the right side. All right, after subtracting 7 from both sides, what do we have left? 7 take 7 is 0, so that 7 is gone. So on the left side, we have just negative 1m. And on the right side, we have 13 take 7 is 6. So we have successfully gotten rid of the first unwanted guest. Now, last step, step 3, we will get rid of the second unwanted guest. And I gave you guys a hint, which is the coefficient. Now, our unwanted guest here is negative 1. Remember now, negative 1m is the same as negative 1 times m. So this negative 1 is multiplying the m. So since the negative 1 is multiplying the m, to get rid of the negative 1, we will have to divide by negative 1, because the opposite of multiplying is dividing. If we divide by negative 1 on the left side, we must divide by negative 1 on the right side. Let's divide. Negative 1 divided by negative 1 is positive 1. So we have a positive 1m, or just m. Because 1m is the same as m. Yes? And then on the right side, 6 divided by negative 1 is negative 6. So m is equal to negative 6. How was that? It's very simple. It's very straightforward. Exciting stuff. Perfect, perfect. Let us keep the party going here. All right, I took my time with that example so I can make some very important points, yes? I don't want to skip any fact. I want to make sure I get all my facts in to explain the concept and make it as simple as possible, yes? Now, quickly, if you are new to my YouTube channel, thank you for joining and welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, please click on the subscribe button and turn your notifications on so that you can be notified every time I post a fun, exciting, and easy to follow math tutorial. Yes? Perfect. Thank you. Now, let us keep the party going. Yeah. Let us keep the party going. Let's keep the party going. We have 13 here minus 4x is equal to 1 minus x. So again, we have to solve for x. We will solve for x, yes? So since we have to solve for x, our ultimate goal will be to isolate x or get x on a side by itself and positive. Yes? So let's go to step 1. Step 1, we have to combine like terms. On the left side, we are unable to subtract because the terms are not alike. This term has a variable. This term does not. On the right side, we are unable to subtract as well. We have a variable, no variable. Yes? However, we do have like terms, yes? Yes, we have an x here, a negative x here, and we have a negative 4x here. So we can combine the negative 4x and the negative x. No. 13 and 1 are also like terms because they are integers. However, I love to combine the terms that have variables first. So let's combine negative 4x and negative x. Now again, since negative 4x and negative x are on opposite sides of the equation, I will have to use the opposite operation to combine them. So I'm going to move this negative x and bring it all the way to the left side. Yes? If I want to move this negative x, I will add x. Because the opposite operation of subtraction is addition. This x is subtracting. Yes? Since this x is subtracting, I'm going to add to move it. Or add to combine. That's the opposite operation. Yes? Alright, if I add x on the right side, I must add x on the left side. Right. So far, so good? Alright, so let's combine. Minus x plus x is 0. The x is gone. So on the right side, we only have the 1 left. And then we have here, we have negative 4x plus x is negative 3x. Remember that there is a 1 in front of that x right there. Just in case you forgot, right? There's a 1 right here. So negative 4x plus 1x will give us negative 3x. And we put back our 13. So we have successfully combined the terms that have variables, or we have successfully combined the terms that have an x. So far, so good? Perfect. Now, step 2. We will get rid of the first unwanted guest. Remember again, what is our goal? We want to get this x right here positive and by itself on the left side. To get this x positive and by itself, we have to get rid of the 13 and the negative 3. So therefore, the 13 and the negative 3 are our unwanted guests. The rule says you always get rid of the unwanted guest that is farthest from the variable first. Therefore, we have to get rid of the 13 first. So to get rid of the 13, we're going to subtract 13. Because this is 13 is adding on, right? This is a positive 13, this is adding on. So we're going to subtract 13. If I subtract 13 from the left side, I must subtract 13 from the right side. All right, let's subtract. 13 take 13 is 0. So that's gone. So on the left side, we're left with negative 3x. And 1 minus 13 is negative 12. Yes, so we have successfully gotten rid of the 13. Now, it's time to get rid of the second unwanted guest. And I give you guys a hint. The second unwanted guest is our coefficient. The coefficient here is negative 3. If I get rid of negative 3, the x will be all alone. Yes? How are we going to get rid of the negative 3 though? Well, remember, negative 3x is the same as negative 3 times x. So this negative 3 is multiplying the x. Since the negative 3 is multiplying the x, I will have to divide by negative 3 to get rid of the negative 3. Why? Because the opposite of multiplication is division. If I divide by negative 3 on the left side, I must divide by negative 3 on the right side. Very good. So let's divide. Negative 3 divided by negative 3 is positive 1. So we're left with positive 1x or just x. Right? Whenever the coefficient is 1, we don't have to put the 1 back. Yes? So x and negative 12 divided by negative 3 is positive 4. And negative divided by negative is a positive. So x is equal to 4. How are you feeling? Super! It's 3 simple steps. I know you guys are pumped. You guys are like, yeah, we got this. Guess what time is it right now? It's your turn to shine. Come on. It's your turn to shine. Hey, it's your turn to shine. Come on. It's your turn to shine. So again, I want you guys to pause the video. Yes? Pause the video and give this one a try on your own. I believe in you. I know that you guys can do this. I know you guys are eager to prove to your parents and your grandparents that you have mastered the skill. To your siblings, you want to prove to everybody that you can now solve a multi-step equation that has variables on both sides. So pause the video and give this a try. If you need to, yes, you can go back, watch the previous examples, then come back and try this one. But I want you to try it on your own, then come and let's see if we get the same answer. Remember the plan. Remember the steps. Combine like terms. Get rid of the first unwanted guess, then get rid of the second unwanted guess. Yes? Perfect. All right. Now, welcome back. Welcome back. I know that you guys have gotten the correct answer, but let's just work and see if we get a correct answer. Yes? All right. So we have 7a minus 3 is equal to 3 plus 6a. So step 1, we will combine like terms. Remember again, the overall goal here, the ultimate goal is to isolate the a. We want to get the a positive and on its side by itself. Step 1, combine like terms. What are our like terms? Well, we have 7a here and 6a here. So we can combine the variables first. We also have a negative 3 here and a positive 3 here. These two are like terms because they're integers. So we can combine them as well. But you guys know me by now. I like to combine the terms that have variables first. So let's combine the 7a and the 6a. Don't forget, since we're combining terms that are on opposite sides of the equation, I have to use the opposite operation. So since this 6 is adding on, I'm going to subtract 6a here, right? The 6a is adding on, so I subtract the 6a from the left side, from the right side. If I subtract 6a from the right side, I must subtract 6a from the left side. 6a takes 6a, that's 0, that's gone. So we're left with just 3. And 7a takes 6a, will give me 1a. And we have minus 3 left. So we have successfully combined our like terms. Yes? So far so good? Now, step 2 says get rid of the first unwanted guest. Our two unwanted guests are 1 and negative 3. If I get rid of this negative 3 and this 1 here, the a will be on the left side all alone and positive. Yes? But which one do I get rid of first? The 1 or the negative 3? The negative 3, because the rule is you always get rid of the unwanted guest that is farther or farthest away from the variable first. So we will get rid of the negative 3 first. Since the 3 is subtracting, we are going to add 3, because remember, to get rid of an unwanted guest, you use the opposite operation. If I add 3 on the left side, I must add 3 on the right side. So what's left? 3 take 3 is 0, that's gone. So, or 3 plus 3 is 0, same thing. So 1a is equal to 3 plus 3 is 6. So 1a is equal to 6. Remember, 1a is the same as a. So our answer, there's no need to divide by 1. Right? Because 1a and a is the same thing. So a is equal to 6. Very good. Now, if you divide it by 1, no big deal. If you divide it by 1, you get a is equal to 6. But remember, since we were left with 1a is equal to 6. And since 1a is equal to a, we can simply say a is equal to 6. Good job! High five Samantha, high five Jaden, high five Tia, high five Lydia, high five Nelicia. Very good. I know you guys all got a correct answer. Very proud of each and every one of you. I hope you guys found my video helpful. I hope you guys will find it exciting and fun. Until next time, enjoy your math practice and your math homework. See you.